Hello, welcome back, everybody. Good win for the Huskers tonight. Nebraska takes care of Maryland 74-61. It's a close first half, like I expected. Nebraska had a cold spell in that first 6 minutes, but we got through it. So the Huskers moved to 24-4, 13-4 in the Big Ten. And we are now tied for second place with Illinois in the Big Ten conference race. So if you take a look at the Big Ten standings, now Iowa is still, let me look, I got them on YouTube TV. They're beating the hell out of Ohio State. Ohio State's just going to kill their chances of making the tournament. Yeah, they're blowing them out. So Iowa's likely going to get the victory. So I still don't think the standings are going to change, even with Iowa winning. So Nebraska, you see now second or tied for second in the Big Ten with Illinois. Both are 13-4. So again, it's just huge for Nebraska to keep winning. These final three games are all winnable. I know the road trip to Los Angeles will be tough, but we still have the better basketball team. And then final game back at home against those frickin' Hawkeyes, I still believe we're the better team, even though they got the best of us in round one. So if Nebraska continues to just win these games that they should, they have a really good shot of being a 2 seed in the Big Ten tournament. Okay, let's get into my game reactions. All right, so the Huskers had another slow start. God, that first 6 minutes was painful to watch, man. It was like Iowa all over again. We didn't make a field goal until almost 6 minutes into the game. But we battled through the cold spurts, and in the second half especially, we capitalized on transition points off turnovers. We were running. We were moving at a faster pace in that second half. I love to see it. Huskers put the game away late with a 15-3 spurt. So we did enough to take care of the Terrapins at home. Braden Frager, man, leading scorer tonight. I thought he was the player of the game. He looks back to full health finally. Yeah, he had a great game against Illinois and that loss a few weeks ago. But I thought he looked like 100% health Braden Frager. He looked really good. 21 points and 8 rebounds for Braden. We'll get to the stats in a minute. But he's not polished as polished as he can be as a three-point shooter yet. Right? He's still young, just a freshman. But he's hitting 36% on the season. So imagine in a couple of years, even next year, with more work, Fred Hoiberg working with him more, perfecting his craft, this kid is going to be incredible. I don't think he'll be like a Price Sandfort, but pretty damn close. He's hitting enough, and his tenacity to score the ball. He isn't afraid to take shots, and that's what I love most about Frager, and that's why I think he should be in the starting lineup. We got too many guys on this roster that are afraid to take shots and be aggressive with the ball. Rank Mast, God, he's lost his confidence. His lack of aggression to take shots close to the rim, and I know he had a better game tonight, 13 points. He had a much better second half, but in this game there were multiple occasions he continues to pass up good looks where he's got the ball, he can back his man down, take a hook shot, and instead he looks to pass it up. He turned it over on one of those times that he passed up a great look inside the paint, tried to get it to Hoiberg, and ended up turning it over. He's not playing with the same confidence that he did the first, 20 games of the season. He really isn't. He needs to get more physical at the rim too, whether it's grabbing rebounds and holding on to them, going up strong, boxing out, or just when he's finishing his shots, his layups. I mean, that one that everyone thought he got, that was a goaltending, he just missed it. I really believe, guys, someone prove me wrong, but in that replay they showed where everyone thought it was a goaltending, he just missed it. He just straight up missed it. That dude did not touch that basketball. He's just go up strong, Rank. There was one play he had where he got a wide open pass. Nobody was around him, and instead of dunking it, he just lays it in, and it's like, Come on, man. He's plenty capable. He's got to get more physical inside and at the rim, especially when March Madness rolls around. All right, want to play a little game here. Who's the starter, Frager or Buchtengel? Let's review the stats. So here's Burke's stats. 6 points, just 1 field goal, but he hit it. 4 of 7 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Let's look at Frager's stats. First of all, he played 33 minutes. Burke only played 22 minutes. So he played 11 more minutes, scored 21 points, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. You guys to let me know who you think the starter is looking at these stats. To me, it makes no sense why Burke's in the starting lineup. I get that he's got, the height advantage. And yes, he might be a better defender than Frager, but who gives a shit? Our defense is as good as it gets. I don't think we're going to miss much of a beat without Burke's defense in the starting lineup. I mean, look at what Frager's doing. Look at the numbers. 21 points, 6 of 6 from the line, 8 rebounds. I mean, he's attacking the glass. He's getting to the free throw line. He's hitting his free throws, and he's scoring. Burke, again, missed 3 of his 7 free throws, and that's all he was good for tonight. He had 6 points and only 1 field goal. That's because he got to the free throw line. But he's not hitting them at a high enough rate. So I think it's just obvious. You're not going to tell me that, Frager's, is too much of a liability on defense. Who gives a shit? That's not going to be the difference for Maryland to beat us in this game. Look at his points. Look at his rebounds compared to Burke. That's a bench guy right there. This is a frickin' starter. All right, moving on. Sam Hoiberg, God, he is the best, most consistent player on this team. Yes, I think the most talented scorer on the team is Price Sandfort, right? He's probably, if you ask most people, they'd say best player, Price Sandfort. Okay. But I think the most valuable and most consistent player on this team, you hear him called the glue guy all the time, it's Sam Hoiberg. And what's amazing is he's the smallest guy on the court. He's not 6 feet. Hell, he may not even be 5'11". That's unbelievable to me how he's the best one out on the floor, and he's the smallest. Now, he is athletic. You're seeing that. His ability to take the ball to the basket, maneuver around guys, finish layups, his quickness, nabbing steals. But I also think it's more his heart and effort. He's always locked in. He doesn't get lackadaisical for a second in the game. That's why he's getting all these steals, getting these rebounds. It's heart and effort. I wish everybody on the roster played like him. I hope he gets some sort of recognition postseason. He deserves it. Hopefully, like honorable mention, all Big Ten. You know how hard it is with all the studs in this league and all the 18 teams now in our league. You've got to be filling out the stat sheet. I think his his scoring is gonna prevent him from being a first or second team, obviously. But he deserves honorable mention. He's so valuable to this team. Every opposing coach talks about him. And you know what I love most about Sam Hoiberg? Even if he has a turnover or two, I never get upset with him. I can't. How can you? What other player do you see playing with that level of intensity and energy and focus game in and game out? And the fact that he's the coach's son, he's not a spoiled, entitled little prick bitching about not getting the ball enough. He's a team-first guy. I never am going to get mad at Hoiberg. Husker bigs need to get a whole lot better if we want to win our first ever NCAA tournament game. Buchtengel and Mast need to play much more physical in March if we want to make a run. I know I'm looking ahead. I struggle to live in the moment. It's just my nature. That's all I'm going to say. They got to step up big time. I mean, if you're watching that game, for the whole game, yeah, we pulled out a 13-point victory, but Maryland's 11-16, okay? They're a bottom feeder in the conference, the smallest team in the conference, okay? Anyone who watched that game that's not a Husker fan, they're probably not going, yeah, this is a team that's going to make a run. I mean, first 20 games, 20-0 Nebraska, sure. But we are not one of those teams that has improved as the season has gone on, and it's the bigs on our team. I think our guards, Sanford, Frager, now that he's healthy, Hoiberg, they're doing their part. J-Law, even though he's not scoring a ton, he's doing his part. We need Bear K and Rank to get it together if we want to make a run. Maryland's not as bad as everyone thinks. One of my buddies, former work colleague, he's a Maryland Terrapin, graduated from there. He texted me, as the game was, we're terrible. I'm like, dude, no, you're not. They just need more size. They're just not tall enough. They've got talent. You saw it. They've got dudes that can score. And Buzz Williams is a good coach. He's a hell of a recruiter. They've got a talented roster. It's going to take him a year or two, but I think in the next couple of years, he's going to turn them around. It's a proud program, Maryland basketball. They didn't just get Buzz Williams. They didn't just steal him from A&M for no reason, right? So that's not as bad of a team as everybody thinks. Jamarcus Lawrence, he's done a much better job lately, not at limiting turnovers. He had one tonight, didn't have any the last couple of games, I believe. But he's missing layups he typically doesn't. He was one of our best finishers at the rim in transition on fast breaks. Lately, he's been missing them. I don't know if it's a health concern. I know some of you in the comments mentioned his ankle may not be 100%, but he's not hitting shots at the same rate. And I know he's never been like, our go-to scorer, but like he scored 27, I think it was. Or no, he didn't score. Scored 27 against Indiana. He hit the game winner against Illinois earlier in the season. Michigan in the first half, he was lights out. He just hasn't shown that spark or those flashes lately. So let me know if anybody knows in the comments, the audience, what's going on with him. Is he hurt? I'm just happy that he's running the offense better. He's really done a much better job limiting turnovers the last 5 games. So I'm not mad at him, not frustrated. I'm just kind of curious can we get him back going? Is it a health thing? While we struggled early, this is the last reaction. While we struggled early, I'll take the win. On to USC, baby. Huskers just got to keep winning at this point. All right, let's look at the team stats. Oh, there we go. That's better. All right, so Nebraska, I talked about it. If we won the rebounding battle by 5+, we didn't. I said we needed to shoot 35% or better from 3. We didn't. However, I do think we won the paint, as you see, points in the paint. And we forced a lot of turnovers. We won the turnover battle. So we did 2 of my 4 keys to victory. Those 4 keys to victory, I made sure to tell you guys that's going to lead us to a comfortable victory. So it's no surprise we still won the game, not doing all 4 of those things that I talked about. That was just to have a comfortable, blowout victory. But we did 2 of the 4 things. We won the paint. Narrowly won the rebounding battle, and we drastically won the turnover margin. And that's why we got the victory, 13 points. You look at the field goal percentage, Nebraska shot 43 to Maryland's 38. 3-point percentage, 34% for Nebraska, 33 for Maryland. Maryland shot 7 more threes than we did. That's shocking. Free throws. All I care about, yes, Maryland shot better from the free throw line, but we took like 4x what they took, 3x what they took, exactly. 24 free throw attempts for Nebraska. Finally, we get 20-plus free throw attempts. That's aggressive basketball taking it to the rim. I love it. So I'm okay that we had a lower percentage. 18 of 24, 75%, I'll take it all day long. Maryland only got to the line 8 times. Rebounds, slim margin for Nebraska, 35 rebounds to Maryland's 34. I'll take it, though. Offensive rebounds were dead even at 7. Nebraska had 28 defensive rebounds to Maryland's 27. Nebraska had 18 assists to Maryland's 15. And then here's the big key, the big difference. Steals. Nebraska had 7 steals on the night to Maryland's 2. Total turnovers, Maryland had 11 to Nebraska's 6. So that's what we want to see. Nebraska minimized turnovers, only 6. That's much better than we've been doing the last 4 or 5 games. And 11 for Maryland. That's a good ratio. Big reason we won this game. And then points off turnovers, baby. We used to suck at this. In our 4 losses, we did a terrible job converting turnovers into points. Last 2 games, we've done a much better job. Points off turnovers, Maryland had just 3. Nebraska had 14 points off turnovers. And the fast break points, in large part thanks to the turnovers we forced, we had 10 fast break points to their 1. It was great to see Nebraska moving out at a faster pace, running in transition, knocking down shots like they did early in the year. And then points in the paint. We won the paint, baby. 26 points in the paint for the Huskers, 14 for Maryland. And then an area that's really been frustrating me lately, Nebraska's fouling too much. This was the opposite. Maryland had 19 fouls, leading to 24 Nebraska free throws. Nebraska only committed 10 fouls this game, and Maryland only got to the line 8 times. That's much better. That's early season Nebraska defense, baby. Playing tight, intense pressure defense without fouling. We did a great job. So we really, overall, we won pretty much every battle on the stat sheet. Now, if we get into box score, Huskers box score, so got highlights, and then in red is the negatives I want to talk about. So let's start with Sanford. They were covering him tight. They were getting physical, trying to take him out of the game. But he still finished with 16 points. He was 3 of 3 from the line, 8 rebounds. He's been on a tear on the glass lately. He also had 4 assists. So when he's not scoring 30 points, he found other ways to contribute in this game. Sam Hoiberg, 12 points, 4 of 4 from the field. Hit his one and only 3 attempt. And he was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. So to go along with his 12 points and great shooting, he had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. He did turn it over 3 times, but he made it up for it with 3 steals. So just another incredible night for Sam, filling out the stat sheet, never taking a play off. Braden Frager, player of the game, scoring leader, 21 points, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds. 1 assist and 1 steal. He was outstanding. Just played with that confidence and aura that he did before his injury happened. All right, Rank Mast. Let's move to him next. 13 points, so better. But he was only 5 of 13 from the field. He was 1 of 2 from downtown. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Good, he hit them all, but he's got to get more rebounds. He's losing handle of the ball. He's just got to get more angry and physical in the paint. When he's going up for rebounds, when he's trying to finish at the rim, he's got to be more of a badass inside. I want him to get more than 4 freaking rebounds. 2 assists. He also turned it over twice. That's part, he's not strong, sure-handed with the ball sometimes, especially the last 10 games. So he got his points up, but everything else was below average. Jamarcus Lawrence, he only had 3 points. He's struggling to shoot, just 1 of 7 from the field, 1 of 5 from downtown, and he missed both of his free throws. But you know what? He had 6 assists. It's typically Sam Hoiberg leading the team in assists. I love that J-Law, even when he's not hitting shots, he's moving the ball, he's running in transition, he's manning the offense. He also had 3 rebounds, too. Jared Garcia got a little playing time, as did Cale Jacobson, but they didn't do much. It was cool to see Jared hit a 3-pointer, but he's got to get more active on the glass. He's got to try to get some steals. We're going to need a lot more from him and Cale and even Leo Curtis whenever he's healthy and gets playing time. Frager stepped up from the bench. He should be in the starting lineup, though, but in March, we're going to need more from our bench. Berkay, I know he scored 6 points on only 1 field goal attempt, but he missed too many free throws. He's not been good enough from the free throw line, and if that's the only way he's going to contribute in a game, he can't miss that many. Only 2 rebounds for Berkay. It's like, what is he doing? I mean, the amount of offensive rebounds Maryland got in that first half, it's like, Berkay, come on, like, box out. Match their physicality, dude. There was no one on that roster that was taller than Berkay or Rank Mast. For them to only have 6 rebounds between the two of them, that's bullshit. All right, that's it for the negativity. Let's move to Maryland. So, the guys I talked about, Solomon Washington, 13 points, 7 rebounds. He was 4 of 7 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line. He was good. Elijah Saunders, 15 points. He's a better three-point shooter than I gave him credit for. 5 of 10 from the field, 5 of 10 from 3 rebounds. And then Andre Mills was the surprise. Knew he was a talented player, redshirt freshman, transfer from A&M, followed Buzz Williams. But he was hot. 7 of 15 from the field, 19 points, 3 of 9 from downtown, also had 6 rebounds. So Andre Mills and Solomon Washington did their part on the glass, but they just don't have enough size. They just don't. I mean, it's obvious when you're watching them play. But we did other than that, we played a phenomenal game defensively. Sam Hoiberg's always our defensive leader, but I thought the whole team played really well, holding Maryland to 61 points. We shut down Darius Adams. David Coy, again, played more minutes, but we shut him down, and he's been their guy that can go off, score 30+. He's the KU transfer. So other than, Andre Mills and bits and pieces throughout the game, Elijah Saunders and Solomon Washington, Nebraska did a great job containing their scorers and shooters. They didn't have a ton of open looks. We closed out hard on three-pointers. I thought we played a good game defensively overall. These guys, these three, that's who I expected to do the scoring for them. So, all right. Next game for the Huskers. We're on the road. Road trip to LA. We take on USC this Saturday, 3 o'clock Central on Big Ten Network. Now, USC's in a bit of a struggle lately. They lost to UCLA in their last game, so they're 18-10 now, but they're still a talented team. I'll do a preview for that. Likely Thursday, I'll put that out, Thursday or Friday. You guys are going to see they have a ton of talent on this roster. Balanced scoring, a lot of guys that can produce. But I'll get into the details on that preview later on. So my final thoughts, again, Mast and Buchtengel, our bigs, they've got to play better. We can get away with their performances like tonight, when we play these bottom feeder Big Ten teams. But you're going to see when we take on the LA teams, USC, UCLA, and then back at home against Iowa, those two can't play like this tonight and expect us to win. And especially in March. They're both capable. I hate on Burke all the time, but he played really freaking well and was a big-time contributor in those first 20 games. I mean, it was more often than not, he was putting together nights where he'd score 10+ points, have, 5+ rebounds, get some assists. He just was flowing better in the offense. Rank, same thing. I mean, he was our best player the first 20 games of the season. Most consistent. So they're both capable. They've just got to stop being timid, figure out how to confidence back up, because we're going to need them in March. We need them in March. Last final thoughts. I'm thinking of, we got 3 games left on the season. We've got at USC Saturday, then UCLA, then our final game back at home against Iowa. I think if we finish out, win the last 3 games, we're 24-4 now. If we finish 27-4, that's a 3 seed for sure, a 3 seed lock, and maybe even a 2 seed. Because, these Illinois, Michigan State, Purdue, some of these teams have tougher, their last 3 games are tougher than Nebraska's. These last 3 games are all winnable for Nebraska. We'll be favored in all of them. So we have a chance to get a 2 seed. We'll definitely be a 3 if we finish out undefeated, but there's a possibility of us getting a 2 seed if Illinois trips up or Purdue or any of the other, teams that are likely to get a 2 seed. So there's a shot at a 2 seed, but we win out, we're a lock for a 3 seed, guarantee. If we win 2 of the final 3 games, most people think that's more realistic. We'll probably, if we split the LA road trip, lose to either USC or UCLA, win, split that, and then if we come back and beat Iowa, I still think we'll be a 3 seed. So that with a 26-5 finish, if we win 2 of our final 3, I think we'll still be a 3 seed. If we win 1 of our final 3, let's say we lose to both USC and UCLA and beat Iowa, or however the hell you want to do it, 25-6, that's a potential 3, more likely a 4 seed. So if we lose 2 of our final 3, I see us getting a 4 seed. And then if we lose our last 3, which is unlikely, but let's say we do, we play like shit and we lose the next 3 games, that's a maybe 4, but more likely, in my opinion, a 5 seed. So it's important, even though these aren't ranked teams, we've got to win them. They're as important as ever. And it's also, I don't have anything on here, but for the Big Ten race, we helped ourselves tonight. You know, we're now in a tie for second place with Illinois. That's a triple bye. If we win 2 of 3, we're in good shape. If we win 1 of 3, we'll see. And if we lose the last 3, it's going to be tough. So a lot on the line here, these last 3 games, even though we're not playing, any ranked teams. They're still important. All right. Wanted to finish this episode off, make it a little more fun and engaging. I got some fan questions. You guys are sick of hearing me talking about my complaints and things I'm happy with. I want to ask you guys some questions. So, who would you start going forward? I showed you the stats, Braden Frager or Burke Butengel. Let me know in the comments. I know there's a couple of you that think Burke should remain the starter because of his defensive ability. But I do know there's also a lot of you like me that would prefer the points from Frager, his ability to rebound, his explosiveness on both sides of the ball. So let me know, Burke or Braden, who would you guys start going forward? Next question, what seed do you think we'll get in March? I just went through kind of the possibilities of what I think seed we'll get depending on how we finish. I want to know what you guys think. Last fan question, which player or players are the key to the Cornhuskers making a run in March Madness? I want to know your guys' thoughts. I've got mine, but you don't want to hear them. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Who are the key players for Nebraska to make a run in March Madness? All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. That's all I've got. I'll be putting out the USC preview likely Thursday or Friday before the game Saturday. So don't forget to tune in for that. Please like and subscribe. My subscriber count keeps going up. I think I'm at 112 now. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed doing this. And it's good to know that, some of you think that it's worthwhile. It's worth your time to check me out. So tune in for my USC preview. Saturday, we take on USC, 3 o'clock Central, Big Ten Network, and I'll get that preview out beforehand. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. And like always, go Big Red, baby.